Alright, that works so fine. Okay. We are going to start with Night first, of course, and she's going to be under this mountain. We're not doing Slow Creek for this generation. Oh yeah, I don't think I talked about why I'm doing Night. Yeah, she's kinda tangentially sort of the reason that her mom died. Because she ran at the cougar at first for some reason. I guess she got confused, and then she tripped running from the cougar, and I mean, she wasn't running away from there fast enough anyway. The cougars are really faster, but anyway. Yeah, and Comet kind of rushed in. She could have let go and been fine, so it is her fault in the end, but from Knight's perspective, it would of course be very traumatizing. Much like what Orbit ended up going through. Oh, look at you're so pretty. And, yeah. So that's why we're gonna be doing both of them and following the guilt that both of them feel and the way that they kind of try to redeem themselves for that. Even though realistically, you know, they were children, they don't need to redeem themselves for that, but in their own eyes they do. Oh, there's a skull? That's interesting. Yeah, so another thing to mention is I do think we're going to be changing the format now to actually following the recent timelines. You know, the saga's getting closer. It could come up this year, maybe next year, who knows. I kind of think maybe end of this year, but that's baseless. And yeah, I wanna. Before that point, I would like to, you know, get all the achievements, try out living out entire lifetimes without it, and stuff like that. So we are going to be following these girls until they die, which, I mean, considering the way that the last generation ended, might not be that long, but we are challenging this time, not accurate, so it might not be as bad. And yeah, maybe we'll actually finish later. But yes, I'm going to start. And oh, hello. Hello. I am trying to record something here, but this could be a nice picture. Hellworld DLC should be out probably like May. Unlikely to be this month. Could be in June, but it did say like second quarter of the year. So probably around there. And you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be done with this generation by then. At the very least, it's good that we're already getting started, even though I actually still have like 30 episodes to upload. So yeah, that's why I'm starting, because I need to finish it out. I had to go away for a bit, but yeah, that's, I guess I was talking about why I had to rush, but the next thing is we're changing the way that life goals and stuff work again. So conditions stay, but now we're gonna have goal points that can be used to unlock stuff, and now we can have any number of goals that we want at once, and all of them will just have different amounts of points that are awarded whenever we complete them, not in any particular order. And then the life quest is something that's kind of similar to a condition, but a condition is just like don't do this or do this. It's just like a playstyle thing, whereas a life quest is more like what the wolf wants to have come out of their life the most. And if they complete that, then they get lots of points and stuff. So yeah, basically just to any predators that aren't wolves, she does not want to lose pups. That is her main goal. Wolves just aren't really something she's thinking of as much. Actually, she probably should be because of her mom. But she's witnessed, you know, she is wary of wolves, I'm sure, but it's just going to be more on her mind, you know? And since those guys died when trespassing, I think probably as long as she doesn't trespass, she doesn't think it's going to be an issue, really. But anyways, yeah, that's how it's going to work now. And I should probably hunt now instead of just dragging this around. What kind of stats does she have? She has minus stamina plus speed plus health. So I guess she could potentially try for a pronghorn, but okay, yeah, maybe not a bull elk. Why is it acting like I'm in a chase? That's a cougar. These guys are supposed to be really tough to hunt, even though I don't think there's an achievement for them. There could be an achievement for them potentially in the new map, because there's 15 achievements. We know some of them. I know there's going to be one that's probably like go behind a waterfall with your pups. Maybe there's an area or even like a den or something there. Probably not a den. And we know there's one for going on the suspension bridge with your pups. Is this a different one? I hope it is. And one for either finding some like rocks on top of each other. I'm sure it has a name probably, I just don't know it. And either you just need to find it or you need to pee on it. Not entirely sure. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the one that I've already grabbed. There is some alive mule deer this way that I could probably catch. And I forgot that I need to actually be thinking in terms of like territories, since Knight's gonna be living here. And I think Knight is a pretty adventurous wolf. She probably just came over here because she thought maybe it'd be less, I don't know, maybe it'd be quieter somehow of an area, and also just she's adventurous. She wanted to explore a new place. And it looks like there's a spot for a back here. A spot for a back here. I was gonna say space for a back, and then I totally messed it up. She doesn't have a lot of stamina, right? So that's why this is a problem. This may not work, potentially. But I'll try. Okay, so turns out she actually was not very scared of stranger wolves at all. I guess maybe because, like, there are other wolves, so they just don't look as scary to her. Apparently that also wasn't, like, when Comet died, that apparently also wasn't her first time tripping while running from a cougar, which is funny. And, I mean, it has to do with stamina, I assume. So she probably doesn't really like how speedy those guys are. And might want an open den so that she can see them, but then again, we had an eagle. She hates both the things that the dens mutually exclusively protect you from, so it's kind of a problem. But other things I'm learning is she seems less reckless than the other pups, minus the wolf thing. But also she's kind of stubborn. And she seemed interested in hunting, kind of since she was a pup. And I had a general idea of those being... I'm gonna show you something, but now I know that she for sure doesn't particularly fear stranger wolves. She doesn't particularly want to fight stranger wolves. You know, she's her tails. She doesn't want that, but she did fight. But like, you know, she's not gonna go out of her way to antagonize stranger wolves. But I don't think she finds them that scary of a prospect. I think she probably thinks that getting ganged up on is what's the problem. Stranger wolves, which kind of is. There's someone right there that I can court? What? Oh yeah, there is. He's like, yeah, get that out. I'm gonna get a picture, because what if this turns into like a love story in the future, you know? You never know. Could be. Yeah, so, forgive me rambling. I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to name this guy so I know, the guy that watched, yeah, I know, read name. Oh, that elk, yeah, that's what this is. The doe's actually getting pretty tired now because, look at this, I'm not even pressing shift, and I'm managing to catch up to her. Which is pretty convenient, and maybe potentially is then a preferred method of hunting for her than like waiting for her prey to get as tired as she constantly is. Then she can get it, and since she's pretty fast, she can make up for her stamina somewhat. She doesn't fall too far behind like another wolf. Is he there again, or someone else? There's the guy that watched again, and there's another one. This is cool. They want to be involved in this hunt, which I'll let them eat. I'll allow it. You know, we don't have much reason to think that Knight would be aggressive to some random dispersals. She was aggressive towards the guys that wanted to kill her and her siblings. That's pretty different.